Merry Christmas, besties! It is Christmas in July, and today is day 7 of our collaboration video series with my bestie Irina with Fun Life on a Budget. And today for my project, I am doing an elf treat box. And I kind of chose different colors for my elf instead of the usual. I have this really cute paper pad that I wanted to use, and so that's how I kind of chose my colors. And the paper pad I'm using is this one called Holiday Bash, and it's from Recollection, so that means I got it at Michael's last year. And it's some really cute paper and kind of different little colors, but I thought it turned out really cute. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me zoom out, and we'll put this off to the side. And you're going to need a pillow box punch board from We Are Memory Keepers to make the project today. And it is really easy using this tool. You need a little bit of muscle strength for the paper, but you'll see how easy it is. So you start with a piece of paper that is 6 inches by 6 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the punch. And if you notice on the punch, there is a green line right here, and it says start line. So we're going to line up our paper right on that green line. So we'll put it in here. We're going to line it up on that green line, and I'm going to punch. I'm sorry, it's probably going to shake the camera, and I have to use 2 hands because I just don't have the arm strength to do it with one. And then I'm going to take my scoring tool, and you score around the curve, and then you score down straight. And I'm not going to go all the way to the end of my paper because my board doesn't go all the way to the end. You can see it. I had a little bit of a hangover there, and it would just put a hole in my paper. So then what you do is you slide down, and this curved part fits in this little nook over here, and it lines up with the edge of the board, and the little I don't know, guide, I guess, scoring guide lines up with that score line that you just made. And so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to punch, and then score. I don't think I got there. There you go. And I'm going to do score straight down. And then I'm going to move it over one more time, and I'm going to do the same thing. Punch, and make sure as you do your curve. Alright, so there's one side of our, what do they call it? Pillow box? Yeah, pillow box. Okay, so then we're going to flip it over to the other side, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to line up the edge with my start line, punch, and score on that curve, and then score straight down, and it should run into that score line that I did the first time. And then we're going to move this over and nestle it up in that nook over there, and it's lined up against this edge, and our guide is lined up with our score line, and we're going to punch and score along the edge, score down, and then we're we're going to go back and we're going to do our last one. It's lined up here in the nook, lined up with our score line, punch, and make sure that we follow that curve with our score. And then we have all of our scoring done and our punching done for our pillow box. Alright, so let me move my scraps out of the way here. We need to make the, I guess the finger notches or your thumb hole notches, I don't know, to open the box. And we're going to put that right here next to our little piece right here. So it just fits in those notches, these curved notches right there. And you're going to punch. And you get your little half circle there for your finger to open the box. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And there we go. We are finished with our pillow box punch board. So now let's put our pillow box together. So we're going to go ahead and fold on those score lines and give them a nice burnish there. And there. Alright, we're not going to worry about these lines here yet, but we are going to do some cutting. Where we did the score line on this leftover piece, which is what, about an inch? Yeah, it's about an inch. We can't, if we fold it over and put it together, it's not going to work real easy to open. I don't know how to explain it. So we need to cut off these little, kind of like half ovals. So, as you can see here, there's a score line on each of those ends. Hopefully you can see that. And we're going to go ahead and cut that off. Just follow the curve and just cut it off, like so. We're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to follow the curve and cut it off. Okay, so just like that. Now we can put it together. So on this piece right here that we just cut those end pieces off, we're going to put some tearaway tape on because we want something nice and sturdy. And I'm going to go close to the edge, like so. Finally got 1/2 inch tearaway tape. So excited. But I can't fit 2 pieces on there. So I got my 1/4 inch and I want to put that close to the other edge. Just like so. You see that? And I'm going to go ahead and burnish it really good so it's stuck. And then I'm also, well, let's tear off my paper backing here first. There's a little spot up here in the corner where I couldn't get my tearaway tape, and I want a good nice seal all the way around. It just kind of makes it look better. So I just put some glue up there, and then it's real easy to put the box together. Just fold it over and there you go. So I'm going to burnish it and make sure I get a good seal with that tape. And I'm going to open it a little bit, make sure I don't have any glue coming out, which I don't. We're in good shape. Alright, so there's a start to our pillow box. Now we need to make our elf's britches. So we are going to use the side that doesn't have the notches out of it as our top side. So I'm going to set that off to the side for a minute because we need to use our pillow box punch board again. So I cut out a piece of cardstock for his pants, and it is 2 3/4 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did with this, So we're going to start at our start line. So we're going to line our paper up at the start line, and we're going to punch. Oops, I didn't get my scoring tool out. There we go. So it's lined up, we punched, and we are going to go around the curve and score, and we're going to punch. There we go. That was kind of hard for some reason. Alright, now I am not going to do a score line here, and you'll see why. But I am going to move over, and I'm going to punch, and there we go. So now we need to do some cutting. So I don't know if it's easier to see on the back side or not. So there's score lines right here and right here, and I always forget the score line on this piece for some reason. So make sure we didn't do the score line down, but make sure you did a little I don't know, half circle score. I always forget that one. Easy to forget. So we're going to do some cutting. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut out these half circles, because we don't want that extra bulk when we go to fold our box. So we're just going to cut them out. And it's going to kind of silly, but it'll be alright. Alright, so that's what it'll look like. And remember, we only have the score line there. We didn't do the score line on this side. So we're going to bring our pants over. I'm going to go ahead and fold on that crease. And we are going to glue our pants down so they line up with that bottom score line. That's why I cut that curve. And I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue so that I have a little time, a little wiggle room, as I always say. And make sure I get that tab. So I'm going to go ahead and line up this one with that bottom curve, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to kind of fold it over. I'm going to lift this part up, and I'm going to fold this piece over. Now the reason that I didn't score it before was because it isn't exactly line up because of the thicknesses of the papers and stuff. It doesn't line up exactly, which is fine, but it just leaves a little, if you score it, it it just doesn't look right. That's how you say it. It just doesn't look right. Alright, so anyway. So, there's the pants on our elf. Now we need his belt. And this is what I decided to use for his belt. And this piece is 1 inch by 6 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on the whole thing. And again, I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue. It's going to cooperate here with me. And I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, come down maybe 1/2 inch on that paper. And I just kind of lined it up with the snowflakes. And then I'm going to flip it over and just fold it. And then fold this side and make sure they meet in the back and are even. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so there's our belt. Now let's do our belt buckle. I chose this silver glimmer paper, shimmer paper, I guess they call it. And I cut it to 1 1/4 inches by 1 1/4 inches. And then for the center of the belt buckle, this is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch. And put some glue on it. And I always recommend when you're working with glitter paper, shimmer paper, however you want to call it, that you use liquid glue. Make sure that it sticks and try and get it centered. There you go. Alright, now I'm going to put glue on the back of my belt buckle. And put it on my pillow box. And I'm trying to center it. Like so. Push down, and then we need to put some buttons on to finish off our elf. So I just punched out 2 1/2-inch circles out of the same paper as the belt. And I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back. And so there we go. Having glue difficulties tonight. And then I'm just going to center them on my pillow box. Like so. I think they're centered. Make sure they're even. And they look pretty good. Alright. So now we need to punch a hole in this top little oval section for our to from tag or any sentiment we want to put. So I'm just using a regular punch to do that. And I have already stamped to and from on a circle, and then cut out a scallop using a punch. This is the same paper as his pants, so it all kind of goes together. And then I was gifted some of this ribbon in my last swap. Thank you, Monica. And I'm going to go ahead and use that to tie my sentiment on. Maybe. If it's going to cooperate here. Which we can only hope. This ribbon's perfect. And I'm just gonna knot the end, maybe. Like I can't see the other one. There we go. Alright. So there's one. There's two. Alright. Then I'm just going to trim the ends. Like so. And there we have our sentiment attached. And so let's close up our box. Now this can be a little tricky, just the first time, but it's pretty simple. You just have to have some patience. So the side that has the little notch for your finger is going to be pushed in first. So you're going to push the sides in of your pillow box, and you're just going to use your fingers to push this down where the score line is. And just kind of run your fingers along there. Alright? And then usually once you get it started, it's not too bad. I'm just kind of running my finger down along the edge there. And then you're just going to push in the other side to meet that one, following the score line. And again, run your finger across it. So there's one end, and then you do the same for the other end. But before you do that, go ahead and fill it with goodies or money. I always say money. Alright? Candy. This would be a good one for some candy. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Push it down. I'm going to run my finger now along that edge. You could always, you know, run your bone folder along that edge if you wanted to. Flip it over to the other side and fold it down along that score line, and there you go. You have your elf pillow box, treat box. I'm going to put my knot up there at the top. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Wrong side of... There we go. Okay, got it. Alright. So, there is our elf pillow box. Isn't that cute? So you don't always have to use the regular Christmas colors, red and green. This is kind of a pink and a mint green, something a little different. So I hope you liked today's project. I hope you give it a try, especially if you have the pillow box punch board from We Are Memory Keepers. And that is day 7 of our Christmas in July video collaboration with my bestie Irina from Fun Life on a Budget. I will put a link to her YouTube channel in the description below so that you can check out her videos and what she has been making for our collaboration. Also, I will put a link to our Facebook group page that you could ask to join, and we would love to have you in our group. It's a fun group. We do lots of swaps, and you can post pictures of things that you've made, and it's just a real positive, nice group of ladies. And I think that's it. So tomorrow is day 8 of the collaboration, and I wonder what I come up with for day 8. I guess you'll have to come back and see. So that's it for today, for day 7. Keep crafting, give this a try, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.